Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So in this video we're going to be looking at paper 3 from the CIE ICT IGCSE course. So paper 3 is a practical paper which is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. We are doing a February-March 2021 paper. So in this paper you've got a data analysis part which is spreadsheets, and then a website authoring part which is HTML and CSS. So the focus of this video will be to cover the website part of this paper. Okay, so let's go down to the second page. The first thing we need to do is locate the source files and check we have the same files. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have JPEGs, CSV files, CSS files, text files, MP4 files. So let me just double check we have the right files. So banner, income, ocean. Yeah, we got the right files. Okay, so what we need to do is set up the evidence document. Okay, so to set up the evidence document, simply right click, new, and then select Microsoft Word document. Okay. So if I go back to the question paper, in the new document we are creating, we need to make sure your name, center number, candidate number appears on every page, so you can place this information anywhere you want. I like to include it in the top in the header. You're going to save this into your work area with the following name. So M21 evidence underscore, then your candidate number, and then your center number. So if you look at this, center number and candidate number, we need to save the file in this format or with this file name. So let's rename the file first of all, and for center number I will use 5, 6, 7, 8, and for so that's my center number, and then for the candidate number 1, 2, 3, 4. So the evidence document is already in my work area. Let's double click, and we need the name, center number, candidate number on every page. Okay, so once the document is open, what we can do is double click, go to insert, header and footer. Always choose the option which gives you 3 columns. There's no requirements on formatting if you want to put things in the left, right, middle. I just prefer to do it like this. So my name, center number 5, 6, 7, 8, candidate number 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously guys, in the exam you have to enter your own details in. Okay, so let me just write evidence 1. I'm going to copy and paste this a few times. Actually, before copy and paste it. Okay, so that's evidence 1. So we will be using this document to place screenshots, probably we'll have to take a copy of the HTML code at some point as well. Okay, so that's done, that's set up, and we can now move forward to task 2. Yep, so you'll need your evidence documents during the examination to place screenshots when required. Okay, task 2, image editing and file management. So we need to create a new folder called Ocean. So in your source folder, make another folder and give it the right name, Ocean. And then in this folder we need to move the following files. So we'll do 2 at a time. The banner JPEG file, the Ocean CSS file. So there's a banner and there's the Ocean CSS. Let's move these 2. Ocean text and spinner.mp4. So ocean text and spinner.mp4. Let's move these 2. Text and whale shark JPEG. So these 2 files, okay. So if we go into the folder now, we can see everything. Then we need to open up the M21 whale shark.jpg in a graphics package, and we need to edit the image. So I'm using paint.net. It's a simple software, free to download. to edit my graphics, and let me go into the right folder, Ocean, and let's open up the whale shark picture. So it's this one here. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we have to do to this picture. Okay, we have to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So I'm just looking at this. Okay, reflect it, flipping it horizontally. So let's just do one thing at a time. Okay, so rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So if I go back to paint.net, if I go to image, okay, and it said rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Let me just have a quick look at the paper. Yes, so image 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so that's that done. Reflect it, flipping it horizontally. So we go back to image. Yep, so we're going to do this one here, flip horizontally. Okay. Crop it, removing the text. Okay, let me highlight this part as being done. Cropping it to remove the text. So let's select. Just want to see. Okay, let's crop it like this first of all. Image crop to selection. So we got rid of the text at the bottom, and let's see what is the last thing that we need to do. Crop it so all of the whale shark is visible, and the cropped image is 500 pixels wide and 1200 pixels high. So you can use the rule of Pearce. So 500 would be like, so it would be up to, that's 400. Yeah, so if I was to highlight right up to here, I think that's 500. Let's see if I just make my selection, if I can move it in a second. So move selection. I don't want to move that. Edit, undo. Just see if I click on this one here, if I can move that selection. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. Let me go to cropped to selection, and then what I'm going to do is go to image, resize. Yeah, let me just change it to, I was slightly over here, slightly over there, but it's fine. I can just change that to 500, and then the height I can change it to 1200. Okay, let me just see the size. That's fine. Okay, and that's basically what we want to do. Save this. I'm just reading the next line now. Save this. Let me say that again. Save this new image into your Ocean folder in a PNG format using the file name ws underscore followed by candidate number. So this is an example. I will put 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end instead. So let's save it as a PNG. Select PNG. And let me change that to my candidate number 1, 2, 3, 4. So typically now what we'll have to do is a print screen from the folder view. Okay, so we've done that now. Display the contents of your Ocean folder showing a folder name, all file names, file extensions, image dimensions and file sizes. So what we need to do, there's a PNG. Okay, let me just move this across like that. Okay, we need to show dimensions. Why is it not showing me dimensions now? More. There we are. That's what I need. So that shows me the picture is 500 by 1200 pixels. So let me double check. We have everything. So the ocean folder showing a folder name and all file names. Folder name is up here. File names of the extension. Yeah. Extensions. You can also see the type. Image dimensions and file sizes. So the image dimensions are here and the file size is here. So let's use the snipping tool to take my first screenshot. So you can see I'm including the folder, the path, the file names and extensions, the type, the size and dimensions. Okay, so this is the picture that we just edited now. And let me copy this into my evidence document. And let me just crop the bottom part off. I don't know why I've got the bottom part, it's not necessary. And maybe crop off this part, and then we can just resize this to make this as big as possible. Save. Done. And this is now evidence 1. Okay, task 3, web page. You are going to create a web page and start sheet to promote ocean conservation. The web page and start sheet must work in any browser. All color codes except those provided in the source files must be in hexadecimal. Make sure that your start sheet contains no HTML. Make your HTML and start sheet as efficient as possible. So I might have to come back to that point later on. Okay. Create in your Ocean folder a web page called ocean.html. Okay, so I'm going to be using Expression Web 4 to create my tasks. So we can go to File, New HTML, and then we can save this into our folder. Paper 3, February, March. There's Ocean, and what do we call it? Is it Ocean? Yes. Save. Okay. This web page must be created using a single table and work in all browsers. The table must fit 80% of the browser window. Let me explain what that is in a second. And a table must have a structure as shown in the diagram here, basically. Okay, no problem. So what does 80% of the browser window mean? Let me just make any table for now to show you what that means. So insert table. So 2 rows, 2 columns, and it's going to be 80% wide. Okay. I'm just going to choose a background color here for the table, just to show you. Here's my table. So if I go into the browser, just ignore that, and that was my inbox. Okay, and if I just resize the browser window, you can see the table changes automatically. So it's always going to be 80% of the browser window. So it's not going to be a fixed size. We use pixels. Let's go into the code view. So this is a code view if you want to have a look at the code. We probably will be using the HTML code view at some point in this exam paper. Right guys, let's go ahead and make the table. So if I go to insert table, the first thing I know is going to be 80% wide. The second thing we need to look at is how many rows and columns do we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Columns, how many columns do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, that's fine. Let me double check. Is it 4? Yeah, that's fine. Okay guys, what we need to do now is we need to merge the cells. But before we merge the cells, let's look at the code. It's really important we get familiar with the code for the table. So here the table tag starts, okay, and it ends here with the backward slash. TR is basically your first table row, and we have 4 cells within the first row, and then here's the second row which has 4 cells, the third row which has 4 cells, the fourth row, and then the fifth row. So the table row tag is opened up like here, and then it's closed with a backward slash. For each cell, a TD tag is opened up and then closed with a backward slash. So we've got 5 rows in total. Right, the first row and the last row are going to be merged into one cell, and the cell is going to span across 4 columns. So when I do this here, you'll see the code is going to change in a second. So modify, merge, and we can do the last one as well. Highlight the cells, modify, merge. So let me double check. Put my charger on. Okay, so if I go to the code, you can see this spans 4 columns, and so that's the first row, and the last row also spans across 4 columns. Yeah, okay, that's done. Now in the second row, this cell here is going to span across 3 cells. Okay, so go to design view, so 1, 2, 3, modify, merge. And in the third row, this cell is going to again span across 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3, modify, merge. Okay, and then this cell here is going to span across 3 rows. Okay, done. So let's have a look at the code. So this is the first row. The cell spans across 4 columns. In the second row, you got 2 cells, one which goes across 3 columns, and then the other cell goes down 3 rows. Okay, in the third row, we only look at this cell because this is part of this row here now. So in this row, we only have 1 cell, which is here, which spans across 3 columns. In the next row, we have 3 cells. Obviously, we don't include this one, which is part. This is part of this row. So you can see we've got 3 TDs. And then the final row, it's been merged across 4 columns. Let me save the changes. Now the next thing we need to do is put the sizes in. So the height is going to be 15%, but going across will be 100%. Okay, so let's put in the sizes. So right click, cell properties. So in percent, the height is 100% wide because it goes from one point of the table to the end point of the page, so the start to the end. And then the height is going to be 15%. Yeah. Let me do the last one. The last one, height is going to be 10%. So 100%, and then the height is 10. Okay. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the code. Yep, you can see the dimensions have been applied to the first and bottom rows. Okay, so now let's have a look at the second row. So let's click on this cell here, cell properties. So this is 75% wide and the height is going to be 45%. And the height in percentage is 45. Apply, done. and this is going to be 25% wide, because obviously when you add 25 to 75 it comes to 100. So let me right click here, cell properties, so 25% wide, and the height is going to be, so 45 plus 55, so plus 10 is 55, plus 20, 65, 75. Okay, yep, that's right. So height is 75%. Done. Okay, so let's look at the next cell. So it's still going to be 75% wide, but then the height will be 10%. So this one here, cell properties. So height is going to be 10%, and it's still going to be 70% wide, because obviously you can see the proportions of the cell above. Yeah. Okay, so we just have to be careful, guys. We take our time with these steps here. So these three cells are going to be 25 by 20, all percentage again. So let's right click, cell properties, so in percent, 25% wide, and then height is 20. Let me double check. Yes. Finally, the height. Actually, we've done the last one, haven't we? Yeah. So let's go into the code and let's check if all of the percentages, or all of the dimensions are in percentages. Yes. 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 Yeah. And guys, what's going to be marked later on is you will be copying this into your evidence document, and all of the dimensions of the table, wherever the cells have been merged, all of these things will be marked. So it's really important you do copy your evidence, your HTML into the evidence at the end. Okay, so I think we have done now with this point. Each table cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown. These must be set as percentage values and not in pixels. Yep, we've done that. The contents, the cell contents shown in the diagram must not appear on your final web page. Okay, no problem. We can do that. Okay. So obviously that means you're not putting letters into the cells. Table borders must not appear on the final web page. So this is something we may need to come back on. Okay. No problem. Okay guys, let's move on to question 3. So place in cell. Okay, in cell A, the image m21banner.jpg. So first of all, where is cell A? Cell A is the top cell. So we need to place a picture in the top cell. So we can go back to design view. We click on the top cell and we can insert a picture. So go to your folder and it's going to be this banner picture, okay? I always do include alternative text at this point. Sometimes the question paper may ask later to add alternative text. I don't see it here, to be honest, but I'm going to include it anyway, okay? So this will be displayed if the picture does not load up. And the picture looks quite big. Let me check something in the browser. And you see the picture's not actually fitting in the cell. So if I go down to question 4, it says place inline styles attributes into the HTML so that each image fits the width of the table cell with its aspect ratio maintained. So what I need to do now is I need to go into the code. Here's the code for the image. You can see it starts here, IMG. Here's the alternative text, the height, the source of the picture, how wide it is. What we need to do here is we need to include a style. So we type in style and then width and 100%. So which means this will, not 200%, 100%. So this will fit within the cell. Let me check to see if there's any difference. Yeah, so you see now it fits in the cell, whereas before it didn't fit in the cell. Okay, so that's that part done. Right, B is the second cell. You can see here. What do we need to place in? So a placeholder to fill the width of the cell containing the video clip, M21 spinner.mp4. So it's basically going to be this clip here. That's going to be inserted into that cell. Okay. So we can click in this second row, first cell. To insert the video, we can go to Insert Media, Windows Media Player. Select all files. Select the spinner.mp4 file. Okay, so that's the first thing that we've done. Okay, display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video type. So what we can do is we can copy this and if I right click and select ActiveX Control Properties, Object Tag, and in this box here we can enter the text that could be displayed if the browser does not support this video. Apply. So if I check in Chrome, you can see we get this message here, browser does not support this video. However, if I check in Internet Explorer and click on allow blocked content, you can see the video is now displayed. What we want to do is make this video fit 100% of the cell. So if we go into the code, okay, I'm just going to type in style again. Width and 100%. And let's see if that makes any difference. Okay, so it fits within that cell now. Okay, did they actually ask me to do that, or was I just thinking, yeah, to fill the width of the cell containing the video clip? Okay, so that's what they were asking, I suppose. So we've done that now. See the image that you saved in step 1. So obviously this was the image of the shark that we flipped or rotated that ended with your candidate number. So if we go back to design view, just go across. So in this cell here, insert picture from file. It's going to be this one here. And I think it was a picture of a whale shark. Yeah, let me type that as the alternative text. Press OK. Okay, so again we need to apply the style so it fits 100% of the cell width. So we can go to the code. Where's the whale shark? Yeah, the picture is here. Okay, so just after IMG I'm going to type in style, width, and then 100%. Let me save the changes and let's see what we have in Chrome. Okay, so there we have the pictures And obviously in Chrome the browser does not support this video, which is fine for now. Okay. So place in cell D the contents of the file M21 ocean.txt. So where is that? M21 ocean.txt. We have 2 lines here. Display this text as 2 paragraphs, so each line could be a paragraph. Add as the 3rd paragraph the text web page updated by, then followed by your name, center number, and then candidate number. And I apply style P to all the text in cell D. So where is cell D? Cell D is underneath the video cell. So this 3rd row. Okay, so remember this is the 1st row. This is the 2nd row. And this is the 3rd row. And what we can do is we can delete this space here. I'm going to press enter a few times just to create myself a bit of space. In total we are going to have 2 paragraphs plus this 3rd one. So we're going to have 3 paragraphs which are all formatted to paragraph style. So to create the paragraphs, what I'm going to do is just create P. And you can see we've got a closing tag as well. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this 2 more times, and this will create the paragraphs as well. So this is the 1st paragraph. This is the 2nd paragraph. Okay, then the 3rd paragraph, web page updated by, and then we need to include your name, center number, and candidate number. So web page updated by, obviously you write your own name at this point. Center number 5, 6, 7, 8, candidate number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's have a quick look to see what we have. Just check again in Chrome. And there's our 3 lines. Okay. 3 paragraphs, yep, done. Okay, that's finished. Okay, so for question 6, place in cell EFG, which is 1, 2, 3, the 4th row, these cells here. We need to place the text, okay? And all of these text styles are going to be H1, so let me just copy that. Okay, so this is the 2nd to last row, this is the last row here. But this is the 2nd to last row, which has 3 cells. So if I click in between these brackets, this is where we add the content to each cell. Okay, and since each cell is going to be in H1, what I'm going to do is create the H1 tag and then copy them into each cell before we add the text. Control C, Control V. Wait, what have we done there? I've not copied the last tag, there we go. So you can see we open like this and then we close with a backward slash. Right, so let's put in the text then. So E, it must be the first one. Yeah, EFG. Species. Ocean waste. And then contact us to help. Let me save the changes and let's see what happens in the browser. Okay, so there's the text all set to H1. There we go. That might be changed later in the CSS, the size, the formatting. So that's not a problem right now, how it looks. So place in cell H the contents of the file M21 text. So where's H? H is the last row. Okay, so let's find that text file. Let me just see if it's all selected. Yes, it is. Copy. And what we can do is just create the text style. So in the last row, H2 we have. And then paste the text. And let's have a look to see if that text is visible. There we go. In the last row. Okay, so question 8, guys. Now what we need to do is attach the style sheet, and then we can save the web page. So what I'm going to do is go back to design view. If you don't see this manage styles panel, you can go to panels, manage styles, and then you can go to attach style sheet, browse. And what do we need to attach? The style sheet name is M21 ocean.css, and this should give your page a bit of formatting, so let's see if the background color changes or anything. Okay, I don't really see anything. I think maybe the text has changed slightly. You can see the formatting of the text has changed. Okay, slightly I think. Right, let's have a look to see what we're doing next. Okay, we now need to open and edit the style sheet M21 ocean.css to meet the following specifications. So, no, not that. Let's go to File, Open, and open the CSS file. Okay, what do we need to do first of all? We need to center align the tables within the browser window. Okay, so what we can do is open up the table style. So right click, modify, and then if you go to box, to center align the tables you need to set both right and left margins to automatic, and that will center align the tables. Save. We can have a quick look to see if that's changed. Yep, you can see the table is now in the middle of the browser window. Okay, set the background for the web page. So to set the background we need to insert a new style, which is a body tag. So we click on new style, we type in here body, we go to background. I'm just going to choose a color just for now, and we need to set these colors here. So remember it's RGB, red, green and blue. So the red components, so set the background for the web page so that it has a color with a, the red component is going to be 9A. 9A. The green component is going to be A and B. Each of these two values, so A, B. And the blue component is going to be D5. Okay, so that's the background color done. So we can highlight all of this as complete. Okay, so now we need to set the font styles H1, H2 and a paragraph style so that the browser selects and displays the font Arial. If this font is not available, the browser will select and display the font Verdana. If neither of these are available, then the browser should display its default sans serif font. So as mentioned earlier, guys, we need to use the most efficient methods. So we're going to do this all together, H1, H2 and 3. So H1, H2 and P together. So we can create a new style. H1, comma, H2, comma, P. And if I select Arial, so the browser will select and display the font Arial. This is not available, then the browser selects and displays the font Verdana. So this is probably something we need to include. If these are not available, then the browser's default sans serif. Okay, so let's change this one here. Done. Okay, so each of those fonts styles will have the same font family. However, H1 has to be center aligned, so we have to create a separate tag to add that separate characteristic. So H1 block center, and H2 and a paragraph style as fully justified. So we can do these two together. So new style, H2, comma, P, block, text align, justify. Add your name, center number, candidate number as a comment at the start of the star sheet. So we just need to go to the start and type in star /star, and you can see everything's gone to green because it thinks it's all a comment. So your name, center and candidate number. So I'll put 5678, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then star and / to break the comment. Okay, so that's all done. Save the style sheet to your Ocean folder. Take a screenshot to show the file name and all the contents of your style sheet. And for evidence 2, place this screenshot in your evidence document. Make sure the contents of your style sheet can easily be read. Okay, so what we need to do is save. So I'm just clicking on disk. Take a picture for evidence 2. So we've got the file name and all of the contents of the style sheet, and then we paste this for evidence 2. Yeah, if you need to make it bigger, you can make it bigger. Okay, well, maybe that's too big. Let's keep on that page there. I didn't change any of the other parts of the style sheet because it didn't ask me, so I just left it as it was. That's evidence 2 done. Display the HTML source on your web page in editor. Take a copy of the HTML source of your web page and place this into your evidence document. So this is the most important part. So we go to the code view, and we're going to copy and paste all of this code because this includes all of basically what we've done so far. Shows the style sheet's been attached, all of the formatting to the table, any content that we have added to the table, including pictures and text and videos, will be shown in this HTML. So this is evidence 3. Okay, I don't know why text is so big. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, that's fine. Okay, leave it as it is. You don't need to change anything. Okay, then evidence 4. Display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize so all the page can be seen, all the text can be easily read, the address bar is visible. Place in your evidence screenshots so you can have additional ones showing the web page in your browser. Okay. What I'm going to do is print screen from the Internet Explorer, because obviously the video should show up as well. Let's do 40%. That's probably too small. I'll have to take a few print screens then probably. So maybe that's the first print screen I'll take. So make sure you include a browser window. Okay guys, I'm actually going to try to do something different with the video. It doesn't seem to be fitting a space properly in my opinion. So let me try to use some other HTML code. So what I'm going to do is go to the code and delete what we have for the video. So let's delete this code here. Okay, and let's do something different. So if I type in here video, open and close, let's have the open and closing tags. Okay, and then in between these tags here we need to get the source of the video. So source src equals, and then what we can do is we can take this file name, paste it in, and then we can say type is going to be equal video mp4. So video slash mp4, close this bracket here, not sp4, mp4, close this bracket here, whoops, and in this tag here I'm going to write down style equals, and then set the width of the video to be 100% of the cell. Okay, and then we also want some controls for the video. So let's see if this has worked now. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better for the video size. And is it working? And it's working as well. Okay, so here's the code I used instead. So first of all, I opened up the video tag. This was a closing tag, and then we referenced the source. So maybe this might be something you might want to do instead to insert videos in the future. So let me go ahead and take a print screen from the browser again. Okay, so I'm just going to have to take a couple of screenshots to get everything in. So let's get the snipping tool back open again. So make sure you got the browser window. So this is the first screenshot. I'm going to replace this one with this screenshot instead. So that looks more like it, to be honest. And let me take the second screenshot. So it's always important, guys, that you are reviewing your work, and obviously if something doesn't look right, you know, think about what else you could do to improve upon your work. Okay, so yep, that's fine. Save the changes. And I think we're now ready to print off this evidence document. Okay, yep, so that's all done. And we have come to the end of this paper, or this section anyway. So guys, before you print off, what you need to do is check each evidence, make sure your name appears on every single page, make sure your evidences are nice and clear. So there's the first print screen from the browser, got the HTML code here, and then the final print screen. Yep, I'm happy with what I did with the video now, it looks much better. You can save and we can send this to the printer. Right guys, thank you for your time. Please drop your comments below, like and share, and good luck if you have exams coming up soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.